Okay, we're recording. Okay, so first of all, thanks for taking the time to be here. I know 9 o'clock is late, at least for me. I'm like makeup off, teeth brushed, glasses on. The bra, I had to put the bra back on, like for this video. Like, it's a lot, right? Like, I'm not a 9 o'clock person. I'm in bed usually, but we appreciate you taking the time to be here. Hold on.
Can you grab the other phone?
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about was rank advancing. And this is going to be a really condensed version because there's a lot to go over when it comes to this. But what we really wanted to help you to understand is how important rank advancing is. I think that this gets glossed over sometimes. And the truth is this is where your money is going to come from, is when you're rank advancing and then you're cycling. And I know that if you're new, these terms don't really make a whole lot of sense to you, but you will figure it out and you'll learn it. But what you should know is that you don't want to have to work your butt off and sell thousands of dollars worth of stuff every month, right? No. That's a lot of work. You want to build a team and rank advance so that eventually you have residual income coming in. And residual income is just money that's coming in from, it's like you're not working for it. And you are in a sense because you're supporting your team, but it's stuff that's being created by the team that you have created. And so it makes your life a whole lot easier. And that income will just continue to roll in whether you're selling or not, as long as you're still supporting your team. Because this business doesn't work like that. Like, you can't just grow it and then disappear for years at a time. You still have to show up, but it's a really nice feature. So just to give you an example, my cycle bonuses right now tend to average anywhere from 500 to about 650 a week. And that's not me selling things. Like, I would never make that much money if it were just me selling challenge packs and Shakeology. That is from the team that I've created over the past 2.5 years. And it's from the teams you guys are creating, because everybody that is on this team is below me, and that's going to be you at some point. The longer that you're in this, the more people are added below you, and then you're going to start to have those cycle bonuses, but only if you're rank advancing. Like, if you're still here in 2 years but you're not Emerald, nope, you're not going to get that residual income. You have to focus on building your team. And the other thing that we see a lot are people popping in and out of Emerald from week to week. And while it's very common to lose your rank, I think that's happened to just about everybody here. I've lost Diamond a couple times. I lost Emerald a couple times. I've lost Star Diamond a couple times. But you can't go in and out of your rank every single week and expect to build a strong, solid team and bring in that residual income. You have to really be committed to maintaining it. And it's not to say, like I said, that if you drop a week or two that you're a horrible coach, because it happens to everybody. But I think that a lot of people are just like, meh, whatever, not a big deal. And I think it's important to know that if you stay Emerald and you stay active, meaning you have your 50 PV every 5 weeks, which is pretty easy to do, you are earning carryover volume. And what that means is if you're not, I just have a hard time explaining this because I'm trying to make it really simple. So if you aren't cycling on that volume that's being created below you, it's carrying over. It's building up in your account. And that's really amazing, because when you do start to even out your volume more as you stay in this longer, you'll be able to cash out on that. It's like money in the bank. It's sitting in your account waiting for you to even it out and start to cash out on it. If this is over your head, it's okay. just keep listening and you'll learn it. But for another example for that one, my husband is at the very top of my organization. He was my second coach, and I did that on purpose because I knew that signing him up early was going to be beneficial to us because I knew that I was going to build underneath him. And so now he gets all of the same volume that I do. And I built him to Emerald. Well, no, he built himself. We're supposed to say that our spouses built themselves. So don't ever say that you built their account for them. That's corporate. So he built himself to Emerald, and now now he's Diamond. He got himself a Diamond. He has all this carryover volume, and he has over $12,000 in his account in carryover volume that I will eventually be able to cash out on. I'm just working on evening out the volume on his legs. So that is money in the bank, and I will never lose it. As long as I keep him active, I will never lose it. So that's why it's important to rank advance, and that's why it's important to stay active once you do rank advance to Emerald and you get up there. Because the longer you do it, and the more people that are under you, the more income that you are going to create. That is stuff you don't have to work as hard for, if that makes sense. Questions, throw them in the chat box. Any diamonds have anything to add before I move on? No? Okay. So the next thing we wanted to touch upon is fear. This is something that we've seen in the past few weeks as we talked about Team Cup. Team Cup is the competition that's happening next month. If you don't know what that is, there's a video in our team page, and you can also ask your upline. But basically, we have a lot of people who aren't doing it because they're afraid. Afraid of letting their team down, afraid that they're not going to hit their goals, a lot of fear. And we just want to encourage you to stop letting that fear run your life, basically. Do I have permission to be real with you? Yes. Give you some tough love. Okay. Stop babying yourself. Like, we signed up for a reason to coach, right? No, you're signing up as a coach for a reason, and you're on this team call for a reason, or you're listening to this recording for a reason. And that's because deep inside your heart, you have a burning desire to create something here, to make this into something that's going to enhance your life. And we see this all the time. People sign up and they're super excited, and then they let their head take over. And I told you I was doing a Tony Robbins video, which I did, but I have trouble when I make videos because then once they're done, I'm like, oh, I forgot to say like 17 things. And then I want to do it again. And then it becomes like a 7-month project. And I have to just post it. But in that video, I talked about how Tony Robbins said that your brain isn't wired to keep you happy. It's wired to keep you safe. And that just goes with our survival instincts, right? So this is true in so many situations, because you'll find that that your first gut reaction when you are doing something fun, like maybe even with coaching, you were like, oh yes, I would love to do that. And then you waited maybe a day or two and your head was like, nope, no way, don't want to do that. Too scary, too risky. That's what happens. So you have to always go with your gut reaction. If you're feeling it, if you're feeling like it's right, you can't let your head talk you out of it, because it always will. It's always going to take the safe route no matter what. And you have to be able to say, like one thing that he said was that he always acknowledges his negative thoughts, but that's it. Like, he doesn't allow them to take up shop in his head, and he doesn't let those thoughts like take over and tell him what to do. So I really liked that, because he'd be like, oh, look, a negative thought, and then pretend that it doesn't exist and keep going. So if you are not on a Team Cup and it's because you're afraid, I mean, that's really the only reason you're not on a Team Cup, right? It's because you're afraid. You have to stop babying yourself. Stop treating yourself like you're incompetent, because you're not. and you will figure it out. And I was on a phone call earlier with a coach, and we talked about how if you are engaging and you are trying, nobody on this team is going to be mad at you if you don't hit your goals, or if you guys don't hit tier 1 or whatever it is you're shooting for. No one's going to be mad at you. But yes, they're going to be mad at you if you sign up and then you go in the witness protection program. Because how many times has that happened to me? A million. I create these teams and I create these groups, and I'm like gung-ho and I'm checking in with everybody, and then it's crickets 2 days later. And I'm like, wait a second, you all said you wanted this. Don't be that person, because then they will be mad at you. Just try. I mean, that's all it takes. That's all anybody wants is effort and fun. And this is supposed to be a fun thing. This business is supposed to enhance your life and make it better. And that's really all anybody cares about. So don't let fear hold you back. If you're not on a team, get on a team. I'm going to skip. I had challenge groups next, but I'm going to skip to being self-motivated because I think that they go hand in hand. So being self-motivated, what does that mean? Basically that you're not waiting for other people to tell you what to do. So we've been sharing a lot of Bob Heilig podcasts lately. And if you haven't listened to them yet, you should. I would subscribe to his podcast and then just start at one and like go through it as if it's a training, because you're going to learn so much from him. It's like mindset stuff, but it's also skill stuff, which are both are really important. And one of the things he talks about is how as network marketers, we're not used to being our own boss. And so that's where the trouble comes in, is because we don't have the discipline. We're always waiting for someone else to tell us what to do, right? You go to work and someone else tells you what to do. And you don't have to think about it. You don't have to tell yourself to do it because someone else is doing it. Well, in this business, you are your own boss. And you have to treat this like a job. And if you don't, it won't go anywhere. It's not going to grow. And I think that the problem is that most people are just kind of like sitting around waiting. And we do this in a lot of areas of our life where I'm guilty of this. I went through a really tough period in the beginning of coaching where I remember being on the phone crying to my coach saying, but I don't know anybody. I've talked to everybody. There's nobody left. And I would be like sobbing. And to think of that now, I'm like, what was I thinking? I mean, he says, and Bob said, he's like, what are you talking about? They're making new people every single day. Like, it's impossible to run out of people to talk to. And so instead of being self-motivated at that time, I was like waiting for her to tell me what to do. And I didn't take ownership in my business. And I stumbled for a really long time. And that was why. And then once I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to take ownership of this and I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to look up the information that I need. I'm going to listen to podcasts without someone else telling me to do it. I'm going to read books without somebody else telling me to do it. That is the definition of a business owner. Like, this is a true business and you just have to treat it like that. So if you don't know about our products and what we have to offer, go learn about them. It's all in the online office. You can go to your online office and then, what is it? Mindy, sales and marketing? If you go into sales and marketing, there's tons of resources. If you didn't know about it, it's in there. You can click on any program. If someone's asking you about Hammer and Chisel and you have no idea what Hammer and Chisel is, go in sales and marketing and read about it and teach yourself, learn it so that the next time you know what to say. You can also ask the team. That's always a good resource too, but don't rely on other people. If it's something that can be simply Googled or looked up in the FAQs, do that first. And then if you can't figure it out on your own, then come to the team, because, we're all trying to be responsible for ourselves. And I think that takes off the load of the leaders when people are kind of doing that kind of stuff for themselves. So you have to be intentional. this is in every area of your life. You probably find that sometimes, say with your house, you're like, okay, I really should fold the laundry today, or I really should vacuum today. And the day goes by and you didn't fold the laundry. And then the next day you're like, I gotta fold that laundry today. And then the night goes by, your laundry's still not folded. That's because you're not being intentional. I do this all the time. I hate laundry, so I procrastinate. And it's the same with your business. If you're not like, today I am going to listen to this podcast, and you write it down, you write it in your planner, you know exactly what you're doing, you have a plan. It's the same with your workouts. We tell you, put a calendar up, schedule it in your day. Don't wait to feel motivated. Don't wait to feel like it. It's in your day. It's your schedule. And it's the same like with this business. You have to be self-motivated and put those things on your schedule. Your personal development. Today I'm going to listen to Bob Heilig's episode 24 while I drive to the grocery store. Like, seriously, it has to be that detailed, or else you're going to get to the end of the day and you're going to be like, oh, I didn't do it again. And it's just like this cycle. And then before you know it, a year has gone by and you're like, wow, I didn't even do anything. My business is still in the same spot. That happens all the time. And then people get frustrated and they think it's them. They think it's because they can't do it, but it's not. It's just because you're not taking action. I wanted to mention our training groups in this little section because, man, we did Coach Basics and we had our whole entire team in there because we wanted you to get a feel of what your coaches would be going through so that you could then help them. Because part of our job as leaders is to make sure that our new coaches are getting started on the right foot. And by, I don't know, day 5, there's like 3-4 people commenting, and there's like 75 people in the group. And now it's happening with Push to Emerald. There's a whole lot of people, I don't know, in the 20s, and there's like 2 people commenting regularly. And that frustrates us so bad. You don't even understand. It's so frustrating when you believe in people and you want the best for them and you want to help them and you're trying your best to give them the tools, right? Because we put a lot of time and thought into these kinds of trainings for you, and then no one shows up. And the reality is that it's only 10 minutes of your day, sometimes even less than that. And we've kind of just come to, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but we've kind of come to peace with it, and that we can't do it for people. Like, we can't do it for other people. We could send you a million messages and say, catch up today, where is everybody? But the truth is if you're not motivated within yourself to get in that group and put it on your schedule, your calendar, your planner every single day to check in, you're not going to do it, even if somebody's trying to drag you along. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is that you just have to find that within yourself. And going back to that fear thing, stop babying yourself. Stop whining about the hard work. If you want it, do it. And I hope that I don't sound harsh, because I definitely have needed this kind of like honesty in my life with this business. And Lindsay Catarino did it a lot for us in the beginning, where she would hold us accountable and say this kind of stuff. And it always helped me to realize I need to get my butt moving. So that's just kind of what I'm hoping for, because we love all of you and we just want to see you succeed. And we know how amazing this business can be. But the truth is all the stuff is here for you, all the systems, all the information, the help, the support, it's all here. But nothing's going to happen if you don't do anything with it. So, like Tony Robbins says, if it's not working, you're not working it. That's really, because we know we can be successful, right? There's people of all ages, body types, races, family types. Like, if you look at all the successful coaches in this network, there's somebody exactly like you. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, what your job was before that, how much time you have. It doesn't matter. We know that we can be successful in this business but it just has to come from you. So think about that and ask yourself if you're really doing the things that you need to do in order to get to where you want to be. Anything to add? Nada? Okay, the last part was challenge groups. This is this is like a thorn in my side. We're trying to really transition over. We've been talking about it for a while now, and it's just taking a while because it's a lot of work. And I guess what we really just need you to know is that we have our boot camps. We're all kind of doing our separate things now, which is a good thing because we're that's how leaders are created. When you take that ownership and you just kind of do it and rip the Band-Aid off, and you're like, it's okay if I suck. It's okay if I suck at this first one. I'll figure it out. That's how we learned too. And so we have all these different groups. So I can't really sit here and tell you what's what. I can't tell you what the groups are that we have. But what I want you to know is that you should be reaching out to your upline diamond coach and making sure that you are participating in whatever they are offering for at least one round until you feel comfortable. And then we want you to start trying to do them on your own with your success partners. And if you don't have a success partner, put that on your list. You got to find one. You'll quit if you don't have one. I swear. I send so many crying voice texts to Lindsay like, I hate this. Why am I doing this crap? Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And she's like, what are you talking about? You're just having a bad day. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And then it's fine. I mean, it really is like that. And you need somebody to kind of like smack you when you're having those thoughts. So make sure you find somebody. That's who you're going to run your groups with. So reach out to your upline if you don't know what kinds of groups you should be in. And then this is the kind of the final step that we're doing is we're going to be transitioning our VIP groups to the same concept. So basically, if you are in mine and Lindsay's Mindset Bootcamp right now, all of our challengers will be going to their own VIP group. If you're in a group with Mindy right now, all of those challengers will be going into the VIP group that they create. So just make sure that you connect with whoever you need to connect with, figure it out, make sure you have a list of the people. I don't know about anybody else's, but mine and Lindsay's has not closed yet. We haven't changed it yet. I'm waiting for everyone to get their lists together. You want to make sure you know who is in what group, have your list so that when the time comes, no one slips through the cracks because you want to know who you need to put into the new groups. Otherwise, you'll forget your customers and then they won't have support that they need. So I miss Lindsay too. I don't know who is that? It says from owner. Who's owner? Who is it?
It's Mandy.
Oh, gotcha. Mandy. I know. She was hoping to be on, but she's resting instead because she had a long day. So yes. Okay. Does anyone? I just like flew through that. I mean, did that even make any sense? Is everyone with me? Okay. Any questions? Diamonds? Anything to add that I missed? Nothing. You guys are a lively bunch tonight. All right, you want to do a picture where we're all smiling? Unlike when Jackie took one of the diamond call and we're all like looking awful. All right, hold on. I gotta close this chat so it's on my picture. Okay. Owner, stop typing. It's popping up in my picture. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Now my hand's in it. Okay. Oh, I wanted to say too, because we have 5 more minutes. Lindsay Caterino, I believe, is going to do a call about Summit. And I was going to do one for our team, but if she's going to do it, I'm not going to waste my time. I'll just let her do it. But if you're not going to Summit, you want to figure out a way to share Summit in a very genuine way. And I think that she's going to talk about that. If she doesn't, I'll do a quick live video and just expand on that. But while we are at Summit, tickets for next year. Nice. Jamie's cat was looking at while now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, while we're at Summit, tickets for next year's Summit will go on sale, and they'll be a very reduced rate. Like last year was $125. I don't know if it's going to be in Nashville again. I'm guessing they're going to move it. I don't know. It used to be in Vegas. The first year I went was in Vegas, and then they moved to Nashville. 25,000 people in Nashville is really tight, but we're growing as a network, and so my guess is they're going to move it. So anyway, when they release those tickets, if you have a desire to go to Summit, grab one up because they're going to sell out really fast. They always sell out before we're even home from Summit. Like they sell out within a couple hours. So grab one up, and I know for a lot of you, you're thinking, I don't know how I will pay for a trip to Summit. Let me tell you, you have a year. We are all about you figure out the why first and the how later, right? The why, you want to go to Summit. Summit's going to grow your business. It is the most amazing thing you'll ever be a part of in your entire life. I promise you that. The first year I went, I did not have the money for it. I did it anyway. And I truly believe that's why I'm still here. Because when you feel the energy in that place, you'll never quit. You will never quit. You will love this company more than anything other than your family, of course. And so I just really encourage you that you don't hold yourself back when that ticket comes out. You buy it. If it's in your heart to go next year, you buy your ticket and then you figure out the how later. Because we're splitting hotel rooms and we're only paying about $190 for 4 nights each. So that's really good. And what happens if I earn a free one? So get a free ticket. Yeah, you can get your money back if you earn a free one. And you can road trip it. Like road tripping doesn't cost very much money. There's a million things that you can do to figure it out. So when can we start buying them again? The tickets? Is that what you're talking about, Meredith? The Summit tickets? The Summit tickets for next year, for 2017, go on sale while we're at Summit. So they'll announce it while we're there, and they'll say how much it is and announce the location, and then they'll put it on sale.
I think she's asking, can everybody purchase it, though? It'll be online where everyone can purchase at that time.
Correct, yes. So yeah, even the people who are at Summit have to do it while we're at Summit, or else it's sold out. All right, any other questions before we say goodnight? All right, guys, I'm going to stop recording.